Then the confidence goes. It's a tough one. They'll be fine.
And if you do come into Miami, for instance, with a few confidence questions, these conditions are tough because you have to lower your expectations of playing your best tennis. It's hard to produce your finest in windy, breezy conditions. And shots like that from a guy like Ferrer, he'll just forget about that and move on. But it takes experience to deal with these kinds of challenges all the time. One reason why we're seeing what's the average age in the top 100 on the men's side is close to 28 years of age.
This Miami is a tournament where if you know how to handle yourself, you know how to get the best out of yourself and how not to worry too much if things don't go your way, you're going to get some benefit. Look at that one.
He's got some talents, and again, he used them there. And I think what we're seeing from Fognini is...
Wow. And Nadal said, and if you can imagine, well, that is going to contribute to his sense of ill justice. And that's a bonus. What are you supposed to do to get Ferrer to stop running just for a second? I mean, he's a master of making you play the extra ball. Everyone knows what Ferrer's reputation is and what his physical capabilities are.
Yeah, and you've got to go pretty deep in the rally to extract an error like that from Ferrer. But in the past with Ferrer, he used to produce one or two soft games, particularly on his serve. But it seems like at his advanced age, he's tightening up his focus. He doesn't seem to offer up as many unforced, particularly on his service games.
So the return slips wide, and Fognini, after a long game, gets through it. That bodes well. 2-1 to him, second set. 6-0 in singles last year. 6 wins, no losses. Czech Republic winning in Prague at their O2 in that city. Czech Republic winning it with Stepanek defeating Almagro.
What's interesting about Italy is they actually play Canada in the quarterfinals, which is a real opportunity. However, it is going to be indoors in Vancouver, and Milos Raonic is going to enjoy that surface. It's the same court from San Jose that Tennis Canada has acquired to host all their home Davis Cup ties.
Quick.
Well, he won San Jose 3 years in a row. That's a brilliant play there.
Well, using the conditions in a masterful fashion there. Well, uncharacteristic errors from David Ferrer. Fognini hopefully up this second set. We may yet see a good...
Try not to speak from experience in those matters, Andrew. Well, he's got a very solid tennis IQ. You know, the two-handed backhand, he pretty much takes across court about 98% of the time. Fairly flat, but he knows the moments when he can finish up the line.
Yes, if you do hit a ball out of the environs and you take an old lady's straw boater off on the way, you are going to pay a hefty fine.
Now, it's really a wonderful exchange from both men. I think we saw from David Ferrer about 5 or 6 different backhands that he produced, and each time he improved his position with his feet to execute the play. That last one, maybe just didn't calculate enough for the height of the net, but he was there.
Crowd to get him on him now, and he strolls up to this little vibration damper that comes out here, slamming it down straight. Very important to get, you can just see it coming out there. Very important to get the slam correct, like a body slam in WWF, the wrestling. You've got to go down.
Again, more solid tennis. I mean, Ferrer's inside-out forehand, it is just so dependable. It sets up so many things for him. But again, the footwork is what makes that shot happen. He gets himself in position to find that angle on the ball.
Oh, that is uncharacteristic, is it not? He just reached for the forehand. Just for a moment, he looked human. And that's Javier Piles, who he's been with since such a young age. Calls him his second father. Strong disciplinarian. Oh, well, this is an absolute delight for Fabio Fognini. A couple of errors from Ferrer, and now it's Fognini just 4 points away from the set. Back in a couple of minutes. Went or didn't enter.
49.
I don't think we're going to see Nadal play an awful lot of hard court matches the next 2 or 3 years. When he does play, he wants to feel ready. But great to have him back in the game. Saw him last week, beating Del Potro in the final.
Game.
5 bad points. 5 really bad points in a row from the Italian with the new tennis balls. Working tennis.
Love 13.
And I love to watch that camera angle. You can see the clearance over the net, how he uses spin to keep the ball under control. I mean, difficult conditions, and he's just playing through the wind so perfectly.
Love 14.
Now, it was the service return up the line that gave him the chance to finish with the swing volley. And when the most is on the line, Ferrer is right there.
Well, finally, 1 out of the last 8 points for the Italian player, who is muttering away to himself still and trying to keep himself in this match, but it's not looking good. He still faces 2 break points.
Game Ferrer.
And that's a pretty tame effort over the last 5 minutes or so. And Fognini
Ferrer the ball.
scrolled to the chair, knowing he could be 1 game from going out. Something blowing around.
It might be the shards of Fognini's confidence
Yeah.
blowing about this court. I mean,
I don't think so, Fabio. Not today.
the Italian's coming up with some of his best tennis just to keep his hopes alive. 99 miles per hour on the two-hander up the line.
That dances in some ways at Indian Wells. He's off and running on the hard courts, and who knows where it'll take him in the absence of Ferrer and Nadal. He's a top player, and he may well demonstrate it here in Miami. They're just the sort of conditions.
Yes, of course, he picked up his first Masters 1000 title at the end of last year in Paris.